What's up, everybody? This is Dan over at Thirdish. Wanted to answer a question that comes up a lot, and it's what type of keyboard should I buy, right? So if you've been out of the game for like 10 years or so, there's so many new options available to you that weren't there 10 years ago, especially when you look at MIDI. And if you're not familiar with that, it allows you to play all different types of instruments. So anything that can operate as a MIDI interface for you. So this keyboard that I have is playing a piano that simulates a hall. It has some reverb in it. There's other ones on here that can play like different types of organs and all kinds of stuff. But you can basically get any of those you want and play them on any MIDI capable keyboard. So I didn't think it was too fair to talk about the sounds itself, like that are native to the instrument, because you can basically start with a $50 used MIDI interface, and as long as it's functioning well, it's not broken or anything, you can play all these instruments. So look into that. I do it through my DAW, which I recommend anyway if you're going to be recording. So yeah, let's get into it a little bit. We have the three types that I'm focusing on are the non-weighted, weighted, and acoustic. Okay, so the first one I'll show you here. This is an example of a non-weighted, your basic kind of starter keyboard. This is my son's actually. So this one, the benefits I would say on a keyboard like this is they're light, they're fun, they're easy. If you have any kind of hand pain at all, this is going to give you the least amount of resistance to kind of play anything that you want to play. You know what I mean? So that's the benefit of it. The cons are, like, if you're a piano fan like me, like I really love that piano sound and I love an acoustic. To me, the highest level of sound is an acoustic grand piano. That's my favorite. So if that's the end goal, a digital unweighted keyboard is not going to prepare me well for that. I'm not going to have the hand strength to play it. I also notice it if I play something like that for a while and then go back to an acoustic, I'm not there. You know what I mean? My technique is a little off. My strength is off. I get tired faster. So that's something to consider. Other than that, if you're just in it for fun, you want to play all the sounds, keep fresh. Maybe you're using it to travel because, like I said, they're super lightweight. Some of these things. Each one is different, obviously. You gotta shop on your own and figure out which one you like the best. But some are really light and they're easy to travel with. Some you can even run with batteries that are rechargeable. So really great solution for like traveling and staying fresh. If you want to like work out a melody or something like that, they're really good for that. So that was an example of the action on that. You can see how it's a little springy. Most of them have some kind of a spring-based action in it. This next one I'm going to show you is a acoustic grand action. Okay, my opinion, these are the ones that require the most strength to play, because you actually have a wooden lever in there with a hammer on the end of it that's striking strings. But they also give you the most kind of control as far as over the sound, like the different overtones and things like that are directly related to the speed and velocity that you're striking the string with the hammer. So keep that in mind. And I would say, if I'm going to do the pros and cons of those, I would say the pros is, I think if you have the highest potential for great sound. That being said, a good keyboard with a good weighted action with a great sound is going to beat a badly regulated, unkempt, unmaintained grand piano. So just keep that in mind. But as far as potential goes, the grand piano has, I believe, the most potential for a great sound. Doesn't mean you're going to get it all the time. The con for it, I would say, is that you are going to get more fatigue playing it. You are going to have more trouble recording it. Ideally, I've done it with one microphone, but ideally you're going to have at least two microphones in the setup. You're going to have, the whole issue with converting a acoustic sound into digital, requires different finesse and different types of recording skills and that kind of thing than just doing a straight line digital, into a DAW, let's say, like I'm doing right now. So, but overall, that's my favorite. The acoustic is definitely the best for me, and that's why if you're gonna buy just one keyboard and you also like that acoustic sound the best, my recommendation would be go to the third option, which is a weighted action keyboard. Okay, and the reason is even they're a little bit milder on the hand. Okay, so like you're gonna be able to play them a little bit longer than an acoustic. For recording, it's the easiest to do because they keep their tune, right? There's no tuning involved, and that's one of the negatives also on an acoustic is you have to keep it tuned, right? That can range anywhere between like 150 to 175 bucks. As I'm recording this in early 2026, that's about the going rate locally in New York to get a piano tuned. I do it myself, so I save that. But as far as the regulation goes and that stuff, like as far as the hammers and making sure the action is all operating functionally, those are all extra costs too. So with a digital weighted action keyboard, you have all the benefits of a MIDI controller, so you can play all the different types of acoustic recorded pianos that are in the databases anywhere. When you find one you like, you can really get into it. You maintain your hand strength for when you do convert to a acoustic. You still have your hand strength, and you can record cleanly, pretty easily, into a DAW with a digital weighted keyboard. So that would be my pick. If I was going to pick one, irrelevant of the brand, and I could only pick one, it would be a weighted keyboard for those reasons. And just make sure it's MIDI capable. And if you have any questions on that, you could ask 100 different piano players and keyboard players, and they'll all have their favorite. And honestly, they're all pretty good. It's really about getting out there and playing them. Like if you go to these music stores and things like that and just play an assortment of digital keyboards, you're going to have some that speak to you more than others. But as far as direct questions, I'm happy to answer them, but you're going to get my opinion. There's nothing finite about it. Roland is great. Yamaha's great. I've had my Yamaha for over 20 plus years and still going strong. I'm still learning capabilities of it that I didn't know about because mainly I was interested in the native piano sounds that I had at the time. And that's it. That's it, really. So that's my recommendation. If you can only pick one, I would go with a weighted action digital keyboard. That's what I got for you. This is Dan at Thirdish. Hope you guys are doing good. And see you in the next video. Take care.